Hello, my name is Pastor J.R. Finney, from Covenant Community Church, located in Center Point, Alabama. Happy Father's Day. Really? Sometimes those of us having been blessed with wonderful fathers or those serving in paternal role in our lives, assume that was true for most others as it was for us. As a pastor, I have too often been painfully reminded that my relationship with my father was quite special. On several occasions, my best friend, who never had a relationship with his father, has reminded me of this fact. Likewise, too often overbearing, domineering and/or homophobic fathers offered only conditional love if their children lived up to their expectations. Living up to such subjective standards are nearly impossible, as we all know. Even attempting to do so created almost insurmountable stress in one's life. Failure to live up to a father's expectations has left many with, at best, strained relationships their father, and, at worst, abusive relationships with their fathers. This has resulted in horrible emotional scars that often still linger to this day. So the idea of a happy Father's Day is really an alien concept to many. As someone who loves us unconditionally, I pray that this little story can help you get a glimpse of a father's unconditional love. In his book, Disappointment with God, writer Philip Yancey relates a touching story from his own life. One time on a visit to his mother, who had been widowed years earlier, during the month of Philip's birthday, they spent the afternoon together looking through a box of old photos. A certain picture of him as an 8-month-old baby caught his eye. Tattered and bent, it looked too banged up to be worth keeping, so he asked her why, with so many other better pictures of him at the same age, she had kept this one. Yancey writes, "My mother explained to me that she had kept the photo as a memento, because during my father's illness it had been fastened to his iron lung." During the last 4 months of his life, Yancey's father lay on his back, completely paralyzed by polio at the age of 24, encased from the neck down in a huge, cylindrical, breathing unit. With his 2 young sons banned from the hospital due to the severity of his illness, he had asked his wife for pictures of her and their 2 boys. Because he was unable to move even his head, the photos had to be jammed between metal knobs so that they hung within view above him, the only thing he could see. The last 4 months of his life were spent looking at the faces he loved. Philip Yancey writes, "I have often thought of that crumpled photo, for it is one of the few links connecting me to the stranger who was my father. Someone I have no memory of, no sensory knowledge of, spent all day, every day thinking of me, devoting himself to me, loving me." The emotions I felt when my mother showed me the crumpled photo were the very same emotions I felt that February night in a college dorm room when I first believed in a God of love. Someone is there, I realized. Someone is there who loves me. It was a startling feeling of wild hope, a feeling so new and overwhelming that it seemed fully worth risking my life on. As I read this story, I thought of how blessed I was to have a father that loved me dearly and showed it in every way. Nonetheless, on this Father's Day, whether you had a father like mine or not, I pray you come to believe as Philip Yancey did, in a God of love, a Father who loves you unconditionally. I also want to take this opportunity to say Happy Father's Day to the dads in our Covenant family, as well to all those serving in paternal roles. I pray that your actions will show those lives entrusted to you the light of God's unconditional love. Join us in worship on this Father's Day, Sunday, June 19, 2011. I will be continuing my Pride Month sermon series on Embrace Diversity, Inspire Equality with a sermon titled, Who's Your Daddy? This scripture text used for this sermon comes from my favorite psalm, Psalms 139 verse 13 through 19. Goodbye for now. A Covenant Community Church Broadcast Production 2011.